I'm just curious, Jillian, this is in response to what you said, is like when I said my daughter is extreme, like to the extreme of the trauma that she experienced, feels truly that she experienced, and cutting off contact, not letting anyone have contact. Is your first instinct to just believe her and just believe that it doesn't matter if it happened or not, the way she perceived it did, and that that I fully deserve all of this, just absolute no contact? Because to me it seems like sometimes the younger estranged generation, just it's 100% on the mom, and it doesn't matter whether I own the things I did and the hurt. I mean, that's just something that no mother ever believes, that her child would feel hurt by things that they did, or unintentional, intentional. Mine was
But all
obviously,
of us have.
right,
All of us have been hurt.
all of us. Mine unintentional, but man, it was some deep stuff.
So you're asking if I'm inclined to, I'm just to clarify,
Yeah.
you're asking if I'm inclined to just outright believe somebody when I hear that they've estranged?
Well, because you said it must have been some really hard stuff for her to go that drastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious as to why, and I love when we talk to anybody, we're getting one side of the story. And my first instinct is to like, and this is going to be such an extreme thing, like I would rather be wrong and believe somebody who was, and this, please don't take this the wrong way, it's just like a terminology, but I would rather believe a victim who was maybe exaggerating or not like, or not rightfully hearing something or like taking something to the extreme than side with an abuser. And that's like taking it super extreme. I'm not calling you an abuser, Cher. Please don't take that.
I know.
Okay. I know. But my instinct as somebody who has been through a lot of stuff in my life is to be like, yeah, I would rather be wrong about believing somebody who has been through something than be wrong about not believing them.
It makes perfect sense to me.
It does.
So,
Yeah.
a lot of times I also am of the cognizance that I am getting one side of the story. I'm getting this person's version of it. And like, just like with memory, like you believed that you were always there for your mom's Mother's Day. And then it's like, oh, wait a second. Sure, we have lapses in recollection or lapses in recall. And like, that's not going to change. That's the human condition. But outwardly and outrightly, yes, I will immediately just, you know what? You did what you had to do. And there was reasons behind it. And I'm not one to sit here and judge it for like, oh, that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Or like, that's just on God what happened. But yeah, I will sit there and side with people who have been subject to what they would consider and what is considered to a lot of people hard times,
Yeah. I can see both sides, believe me, because when I was being physically abused and emotionally abused by my ex-husband, and I had bruises and signs, but I didn't tell anyone. When I finally did, a lot of people didn't believe me.
Yeah. Well, when I finally came forward to like my dad, which is like another reason why I'm like, yes, I will be your advocate. I will be here for you. When I finally came forward to my dad and told him about some of the stuff that like my stepdad was doing that my mom was allowing, they both looked at my dad and were like, oh, how she loves to lie for attention. How she like really over exaggerates the truth, or how she's such a drama queen. And I was just like, from such a young age, I was told that I was just being dramatic and that I was overreacting or I was making this up and like it's not that bad. That now, like, no matter what, I'm like, sure, you think it was that bad? It was that bad. F it. I will never not believe somebody when they say that.
And that's very insightful. And I think coming from your generation who grew up inside the internet, inside the echo chamber, you're seeing all of your friends and their thoughts and everything that goes on in their world. I mean, we did not share our dirty laundry. You did not. And your generation just puts it all out there. So that makes sense. You know, you're connecting to that. Everybody's connecting to it. And now it's kind of like, you know, a Me Too movement. I mean, I don't want to go into that, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that now because we're all victims. We've all been on the side of bad parenting. But that is what's been so hard for us who are doing the work. And it's hard work, and we're going through our childhood, and we call it taking the bullet, because we'll never ever be able to have this conversation with our parents. And we wouldn't have dreamed of going no contact with them or letting them die alone. It's just not something that our generations would have done. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying generationally speaking.